All right. Well, welcome to
I'm
the
ready.
KC Stars, where we talk to people in the local film community. And I am here with Dominique Evans, who is an actor and also a model. I'm going to go ahead and let you introduce yourself a little better than that.
Hey, how you doing, Kansas City? I'm Dominique Evans, the one and only. I'm an actor and a model in Kansas City. I've been doing it seriously for 3 years. 2026 technically would be 4 years, but we're not there yet. But 3 years total. I really enjoy both things because it allowed me to be creative and to express myself in multiple ways. So yeah,
Very cool. Well, how did you get started?
with modeling, it was last minute. It randomly just happened. God rest his soul. It was a photographer named Cornelius. He helped me do a photo shoot for my birthday years ago. He was like, "Hey, you should be a model," and I'm like, "Well, how do I do that?" I've been told that growing up throughout life, never knew how to do it. I just joined a Facebook group, one of the model Kansas City groups. Didn't really get anything, and it wasn't really until I had one gig that I got paid for, but really it only happened around, I believe, 2022 is when I started. I met with a few photographers. One of them was Helen Graham. She just basically did this photo shoot with me and told me about meetups. So the more people I've met, the more I networked, and I got to do more things. I networked with one model. They were like, "Hey, I'm gonna throw your name in a fashion show." I'm like, "What are fashion shows? What's runway?" So the more people I've met, the more I got to network, and it allowed me to continue to be creative. Acting, I've always acted. I never took it serious because I was just always a goofy kid growing up. And I majored in mass media broadcast production, emphasis in video, with the Northwest Missouri State University. So I know how to do film and stuff behind the scenes. That's my degree, basically. And I did some stuff in front of the camera, basically all jack of all trades. I didn't take it seriously until like recently. And with acting, I just with commercials when I signed with Moxie, I knew one coworker that worked there at the time at Moxie, and they told me about him. I threw my name in, took some time, but they assigned me, allowed me to get some gigs, what I'd auditioned for. And then in the Kansas City scene, it was Max Jolly who gave me a shot in the film. I originally was supposed to be just his bodyguard, but for some reason, the main actor didn't work out. They allowed me to audition, and I got my first speaking role in this movie I did called Cartwright Steel with Rachel Kalicki and Antonio Chaveri and a bunch of other people in the Kansas City scene, such as Barry Wilson and Vern Thunderson. There was some great people, and it allowed me to continue to network and meet more people and get more gigs.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's in Kansas City, it's a small enough community. I didn't recognize every name you said, but I recognized one or two. That's just the way it is. So yeah, in
Yeah.
Kansas City, it's small enough. I was going to ask you about a couple pictures here. What is
Hmm.
this a picture of?
Let's see. Oh yeah, that's from a episode series called God from Booker T. Fleming. That was a scene I did with the great Thomas Smith. It was a very serious scene. I was just playing this character who basically was coming home from dinner, but the father didn't know that his daughter was dating a black man at the time. So that was that picture right there. And that's a really intense scene. I don't want to spoil it for everyone, but it's just a really intense scene between me and the father that Thomas Smith plays.
Yeah, and I mean, did you have experience to draw on? Not necessarily that exact thing, but experience to draw on when you did that role,
Oh, dealing with like interracial dating in that
or
scene?
just racism in general?
Oh yeah, all the time. Story of my life. Have I dealt with that with dating? Actually, I have with an interracial couple. I know it's weird. Uh, it was in high school. My girlfriend at the time was Filipino and Irish, and I was dealing with her parents, and they were interracial couple. So it's just like, okay, wow, that's weird. I know.
That
Yeah,
is weird,
go
man. Like,
figure.
that doesn't make sense. Um,
Yeah, tell me about it.
yeah,
But
people are illogical. And here you are
yeah.
as a Chiefs player.
All right. Yeah, that's my first union gig that I landed. It was T-Mobile commercial, and for that audition, we actually had to compete for real. Like we actually do drills and whatnot. And yes, I have a football background, so I was nervous because I'm like, oh snap, we actually got to go against people. Apparently, I won against the person I went up against, and
Wow.
that was a cool day. That was a really cool day. That was also the same week I was a finalist for Kansas City's best male model that year. So it was around my first year modeling.
Wow.
I didn't win that year, but it was still bragging rights of like someone that just did it for a year and they're already up here
Yeah,
in a
that's awesome.
pedestal. But that,
This thing though, these Chiefs commercials because of Patrick Mahomes bringing things home, that was like we love Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City. I mean, this was spectacular.
yeah, that was definitely a game changer, man. It was super fun. I feel sorry for Patrick because he just really just wanted to relax and just talk to people, but because he was so up there as a star, his people was just moving him around and stuff,
Yeah,
and he just got back from training camp. He just wanted to relax and talk with the guys, but like
they keep
he was just
pushing
really
him.
being moved around a lot. Hmm.
What's this right here?
Oh my God.
I stalk everybody.
That
Dominique, you're not the first one. I stalk everybody.
oh man. Sometimes I cringe at some of this stuff. Like, oh yeah, I did do that. That was a fashion show. Is that called Walking Like I Talk It? I forgot what that was called. Yeah, that was just one of the fashion shows, local fashion shows here in Kansas City. It was a fun time. I got to walk for one main designer, Studio Ray's, uh, Studio 816, Studio Ray. She makes fantastic clothing. She crochets her outfits, by the way. And so she can crochet just about anything. So she could crochet dresses for the ladies, or a nice little hoodie or a robe for the guys, or a cardigan if you want.
That is like to me, that is so cool. I've seen some of your pictures over the past couple years, like dressed like a king or Santa. I don't know what it was, but I thought, holy crap, because normally it would look goofy. Oh, Cupid, that's my I remember. Normally it would look goofy, but like when you do it, it's kind of cool. Like that's pretty cool, you know. If I did it, you
Yeah,
would
I
laugh.
know.
But I might
Depends
have
on
laughed
you.
a little at you too, though. So
I mean, hey, interactions could be anything. That idea came
I
from
liked it though. I
Dominique
thought it was
Evans.
pretty cool.
I had a good time, yeah. Oh, me on the horse.
What are you doing on a horse? Do you steal a police horse? What are you doing there?
That is not a police horse. I forgot the company, but it's a family farm, black owned. They own their own horses. Aquarius Taylor is the one that put this on. She has the information. Aquarius Taylor. She organized this photo shoot at around the plaza. So we just got on horses and walked around. I also wore leopard print. The leopard print jeans is from a designer here in Kansas City, Lisa. So I'm just basically showing off, just whatever. I basically when you talk about my pictures, when I do photo shoots, I just do whatever I feel like doing.
Yeah,
I
I like
don't do
this
the
one too
basic
because
stuff.
it's like you're on a horse in the city and you're wearing leopard print. It's like, can somebody be more cool than this guy? I don't know if they can, so I don't
Well, thank you. Too kind, man.
know.
Maybe it's my Chicago vibe. I don't know. That's where I'm originally from. Oh, wow, this is a good
Very
one. Yeah,
small. What is this?
man. This was a major film for me and for a lot of people. So it was from Retro Hawk, which is Dustin Hawkins. He made this fantasy film around last year. We filmed around November 2024. Yeah, November 2024. That was one of the best experiences I ever had. I was just an extra, but it actually my role was actually more important as we got there, and I actually had speaking lines. So this was so much fun. Great, really professional setting. Had some great talent in that one.
That's
Like the
awesome.
main star right there in the middle, Isabella Dickelmeyer. She's awesome. Astralia is in there. We got some people from St. Louis, like Brian Logic. Rachel Kalicki is also in this. I mean, when you see her name, she's basically in everything.
Yeah,
You know
she
it's gonna
is in
be
a
good.
lot of stuff, I gotta admit. She's really
Yeah, I
great.
would.
That's why she's getting chosen for stuff.
Hell yeah.
What do we got here? My man, what do we got here?
Okay, so being on set, I think we had to be there for like a week. This I want to say Harrisonville, but it was out of middle of nowhere. A guy named Tony Ackerman has his own land, and so he also built the set that we did the whole movie in on his land. Great guy, very creative. Uh, this is me wearing my one of my leopard robes. Yes, I'm a collector of robes. I ball on a budget, and right there is a traveling pillow hoodie attached to it.
You know
So since
what?
it was cold and I
I
just want to
didn't
be
realize
comfortable,
that was a hoodie. I thought it was something totally different. I'm not even going to tell you what I thought it was, or I'll sound ridiculous. But I did not realize that was, I thought that was all one thing.
no, no, I can see why it does look like a wig, don't
Yeah,
it?
that's what I thought. I thought it was like an old English wig. And I thought that's freaking awesome. Old English wig and leopard print. I said, like,
it does look
this
that way.
guy can pull off anything.
I've noticed that. I don't know why. It's one of my many talents. Oh my God, you did not go that far back. What
I went
the?
all the way. What's this?
No. Oh my God, that's so embarrassing. Oh, you went back to what? YouTube? How did you get that far back? I mean, it's in the public, but no one knows about this.
That's right. What is this? The Adventure
Ah,
of
this
Dawn Nomatron.
Oh no, Dom Nomatron. That was an old college nickname. Well, the nickname in college is Dom, but I don't like to go by Dom anymore. It was just college. I was going by that, shortened my name, but I don't do that anymore. Uh, this was a dance video I made, just me dancing to this song, so people could watch it. Yes, that's one of my I wouldn't say talents, but one of my side little hobby that I don't tell anyone. I do like to dance, and I was pop locking in that one, mostly popping in this video. It was for a series I was a producer of and creator called Dance Baby Dance in college. It was the only dancing show around that time, I believe, that was playing, that was created. And I had a good time just dancing. It was definitely a learning experience because I learned I needed to be better as a person, better as a producer. Did do as great. I didn't do as well as I could have in terms of teaching uh, underclassmen with me, but we did end up winning best in show that year.
That's awesome.
Yes. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah,
What's
that's a.
what's this?
This was a photo shoot that was designed by Jordan Savage, great photographer and cosplayer. Uh, he set this whole thing up. That's just part of the picture. There's a few of them. Basically, he took it was some type of heavy metal song. This band that made this song was basically what would happen if African slaves that were brought to America didn't take on Christian beliefs.
Hmm.
So like basically was able to take African religion with us in some form of like I forgot what else. But basically that was the gist of it.
Yeah, there would be basically this is people could argue the inaccuracy of this, but the bottom half of Africa is usually like darker skin and Muslim. I'm sorry, Christian, and the top half is a little bit lighter skin and generally Muslims. Like if you look at the like a map of Africa, it'll be the top. Like if you look at it like Liberia, Morocco, like places like that are generally more like closer to Egypt, at least Liberia is. Then you go south.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like just different. The people think like they're just it's different groups of people. We lump them all together over here. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but they would have been very different. So I can imagine some of those people when they got over here have their religion, their culture, and now you are forced to push it aside, learn a new language, forget that language, eat different foods, all of like what a nightmare that would have been, which I'm sure we all know, but that would have been an absolute nightmare.
Mm-hmm. Well, with that history, some people are able to hold on to things. And one thing I would say that when it comes to my ancestors, very resilient and able to turn coal into diamonds, just to constantly evolve and fight off, constantly fighting every single day of their lives just to continue to evolve and be great.
That's
But
beautiful.
basically, what I'm trying to say is black excellence. So
That's beautiful.
no
Beautiful.
matter
Okay.
what, you just we can't stay down.
You mentioned Chicago and Northwest
Mhm.
Missouri State and Maryville, I believe, and now you're in Kansas City. Tell me how this all happened. How did we get you here? How we're always recruiting for Kansas City. How do we get you here?
Ah, well, in Chicago, I saw Northwest Missouri State football team on TV on ESPN 3. I was just like, oh, okay, they play football there, and I randomly got a letter from Northwest, not for football, for broadcasting, because I was a TV prod in high school. Was one of my degrees. Uh, Basically, I got a letter to come there for broadcasting. I didn't. It wasn't a full ride scholarship, but I got money to go there. The plan was to try out for the football team since I didn't get like a scholarship
Yeah.
and do both things. But by the time I got there, there wasn't time for tryouts. So I had to do the first year just school. When the season was over, there was tryouts. I already met with Coach Churchman at the time, had a great conversation and whatnot. Uh, I didn't make the team because I wasn't ready. By the time I came back from break, winter break, they're like, "Oh, here's tryouts." I was not prepared, so that's
Mhm.
on me. But I did the tryout, didn't make it. I was like, "All right, I'm gonna try again. Whatever." That's just the type of person I am. I'm like, I didn't make it. I'm gonna do it again. But I got so involved with school and the broadcasting program, I just stayed and just dealt with school. So by the time I got done with the first semester of college, by my second semester and beginning of sophomore year, I was already producing shows with other people. I was president in the Filmmakers Club at college. I was a freshman at the time, and I was just doing a bunch of other projects. And by senior year, some of the athletes that also was in that film was also in that field. They didn't really touch the camera and got to produce stuff until they were seniors. So I was thinking to myself, like, wow, I wouldn't be able to do the stuff I did if I dealt with football.
Mhm.
Because the plan was NFL, get a degree in broadcasting, play for a few years, but also have the broadcasting background so I
Oh
know
yeah,
how to
that's a
be an
good plan.
analyst. That was the plan. But I just dealt with broadcasting and whatnot, stayed that way. I just basically stayed in Missouri and Kansas City. It was a lot cheaper. But I was in Missouri for a little bit before I got to Kansas City. So I ended up going to St. Joe, Missouri. Never want to go back for a news job. Did that for a year, and then I was able to move to Kansas City when I worked at a production company. I was a video technician for about 2.5 years. That's how I got to Kansas City. So now I'm
That's
just here.
good.
So
Interesting. You got any
always
family
been
here?
yes and no. So the funny thing is, I found out I had family from my grandfather who passed away in 2016. Found out out of all these years that he's originally from Kansas City. I had no idea on
Oh
my
wow.
dad's side. So I met his two brothers. So I have uncles here. We don't really talk much, but you know, if they don't forget, every now and then it'll be an invitation to Thanksgiving or a Merry
That's nice.
Christmas
Yeah, that's
or even some
nice.
Christmas dinner. So I technically have family here, but we don't hang out and talk all the time. But
Yeah,
most
I
of the
know
time I'm
sometimes
just
like
here
what
by
happens
myself.
is one person moved. Like I have a cousin. I'm sure you want to hear this on your podcast. I have a cousin that moved to Florida. And then she took pictures, actually he, sorry, male cousin first. He took pictures of himself in a swimming suit and then posted what he was doing like 2 years ago in Kansas City where it was snow and he was shoveling snow. And he did that. And then and there's three of them. Then one of the girls moved with her husband. They moved to Florida. And then their mom and dad were still around. They moved to Florida. That left one person here in Kansas City. They moved to Florida too. So they all moved to Florida based on one person. But you got to have a draw.
Oh
Like,
wow.
look at the weather.
Yeah, I don't blame them. I mean, that's some good weather, man.
Yeah.
Compared to here, it's not bad. I don't blame them for that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
We're
really
better
cool.
than
So
Chicago.
Huh?
Our weather's better than Chicago's.
I don't know, man. I mean, for me, Kansas City is so bipolar compared to Chicago weather.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean, it
true.
gets
That's
cold.
true.
It's going to rain. It's going to snow. It's just not bipolar about it.
Yeah,
But like,
I
you
got you.
know, but hey, I will say that Kansas City has better gas prices. So there's that.
Well, Kansas City has the lowest alcohol and tobacco tax in the nation, and we're in the bottom five on gas. And
Hey, I'll take it.
that's
That's
like every time like I have coworkers come to town, they always are like, I can't believe how cheap alcohol is. Or like one guy came from LA, he's in a movie here, and I took him to the
yeah.
store so he could buy cartons of cigarettes to take back because it's like he's like, this is half the price I pay for cigarette, whatever. So um,
That's what it's like when my parents come into town. They're like, man, as soon as we got out of Illinois, we saw really cheap gas prices.
yeah,
Like, yeah,
yeah, yeah,
that's one reason why I'm still here. It's I can afford living here more than Chicago for the
yeah,
lifestyle I
absolutely.
like to live.
Absolutely. What are you wanting to accomplish with acting in particular? What are you wanting to accomplish?
Well, I have a few goals, but the main thing that I want to do is, besides doing it full time, is be one of the best entertainers ever. And I'm getting work in Kansas City and starting here. I want to do it from here. Of course, I want to move out and do other things in bigger cities, but that's what I want to do. I want to do this full time. I enjoy it. I know the reality is, I know how hard it's going to be. I know how hard it is, but I'm willing to do that challenge. It's my competitive edge that I've always had about me. That's what I want to do. I want to do this full time because I love it and I love to create.
Yeah,
It's just something in me that has to do it. This is what I'm meant to do.
awesome. What do you think you like most about creating and being an actor? What do you like most about that?
Hmm. What I like most about it. Just basically opening up your mind, being open minded to creating a character, getting really in depth with no matter what the character is, whatever the background. You might end up adding something to it. That's what I really like about it. Yeah, I get to have fun with it, be someone that I didn't realize that exists. If that makes any sense, like get really in depth into a character. Prime example was Cartwright Steele. I was playing this Prince type character, this snobby elf. But in my mind, because it was different from director's mind, I'm thinking of actually Prince himself as an elf. So that's the mindset I had in. I had my own backstory and everything. I picked out my own outfit. I pieced it together. I had these fancy purple shoes.
Oh
When I
man,
walked in
the
the room,
fits.
I walked in the room. I was just like doing this type of thing, just real snobby and whatnot. That's what I like about acting. I get to be a character, get really involved in it, and just show it off. Like, no, this is who this person is. Now I can turn it off, but sometimes I might stay in the character. Like hearing about Chadwick Boseman, God rest his soul, when he did Black Panther, I found out that he was still in character, even offset and whatnot. He didn't stay off character until like they were done filming. So he would keep the accent and everything, no matter what they're doing.
That's
So
awesome.
I'm like, that's some really good skills there. But yeah, that's what my favorite thing about it is just, man, I get to really be creative with this person and maybe make my own backstory, use the backstory that a director is given, but I get to be that character.
Well,
Something that people probably wouldn't expect me to do or be able to pull off, like certain outfits.
yeah, that's awesome. Dominique, what advice would you give someone who says, I want to be an actor or a model? What would be your advice?
Got a few of them. I've learned this actually from Dave Chappelle when he does stand up. Someone asked him about doing stand up. Is when you get started, do not give up. Like it may be hard, it may be slow, but do not give up. So I'll leave with this quote that I've saw and read a video, and I tell this to people all the time. If you knew you couldn't fail, how far would you go? So just do it. Like you want to do it, start. There's a way. There's some people that can help you get started. It's really up to you to see how far you're willing to go and how far you want to go. So that's how I see it.
Um,
Why not?
yeah, yeah. Now, how long have you lived in Kansas City? I know you lived in St. Joe for a while. Sounds like you really enjoyed it there. Now that Kansas City, how long?
I lived in Kansas City, I want to say since 2017.
Okay, so yeah,
I've
eight,
been there
9 years
for,
probably. So,
yeah,
um, you've been to a lot of different barbecue restaurants.
not a whole lot, not the newer stuff. Like I
Oh,
really want to go to Slaps. Not a
Slap is
whole lot.
awesome, by the way. Hey, what's your favorite one you've been to? Like, if somebody said choose one, what would you choose?
Oh, dang. I want to choose Slaps because I haven't been there yet. And it looks really good. When my family is in town for certain options to eat certain things,
Yeah.
I take them to Jack Stack
Okay.
because it's not as heavy for my mom. There's certain foods that she can't have anymore. So I take her there. If I want something quick and I really like the barbecue sauce, for me it's Gates.
I love Gates sauce. The
So like
best.
I can't go wrong with Gates. It's just you got to know what you want because
Yeah, they're
they're not
rude.
going to waste their time on you.
Yeah, a little bit rude if you don't. But it's all good. I like Gates. That's one of my favorite places. I usually say LC's and Slaps. LC's is the best in Missouri. Slaps is the best in Kansas, in my mind. I've only had one or two people say LC's on the show, but I felt a bond with them. Slaps is really good. Do you watch the guy's video on Instagram? Is that why you like it and you want to go there?
No, I didn't watch the video. It's just I've been hearing about it for a while, and I've just been wanting to go.
Hey,
LC's I definitely need to try too.
yeah.
I haven't had the patience because it's always busy.
Yeah, if you look at like Slaps, you follow it on Instagram, that guy just shows what he's doing. We have 30 racks here, and we're going to season them all. And he goes, now we're going to put them all in this side down, this side up. Now we're going to spray them with apple juice. Now we're going to, I mean, he just does all
Wow.
this. And like, they do like every 4 hours they come back to him until they're done. And it looks fantastic. It
Mm.
looks like that guy knows what he's doing.
All right. I gotta make some time then to get
Yeah,
there.
yeah. You and me, slaps.
All
After I
right.
can
That's a
drive.
bet.
I can't drive. I got
Oh
shoulder
yes, you had your
replacement.
surgery. How did that go?
It went well.
Surgery
I'm
went
I'm
well?
not big on pain medicine. Not that I'm trying to
Mm.
be macho, but I'm really not big on it. I talked to another guy who had some operation, who's going to be on the show in a week or so. He's recovering
Mm.
too. He didn't take any pain medication, but mine involved sawing off a bone. And so I told my doctor, I said, I don't plan on taking any pain medication. And he said, for the first day or two, you need to take pain medication or you're going to end up in the ER because of how much pain you're in. He said, you need to take at least for the first day
Mm.
or two, and then you decide. So I took it for a day and a half. Today's my first day without. And I got to tell you, it
Oh
hurts.
man.
I'm sick of the pain medication. I'm not like somebody, you can be addicted to something. Not that I'm addicted to anything, but I don't want it.
Yeah.
I don't want it.
Hmm.
Um, well,
Oh, I
it's
believe you.
Yeah, and I guess actually, I probably can take a little bit of pain just from back problems over the years, but I don't enjoy pain, and I would rather not feel pain than be macho and feel pain.
Yeah, yeah, I get that, man. Years ago, I had a torn rotator cuff for a production company I worked for,
Oh my
and
goodness.
I had to get surgery. Yeah, I had to get surgery. I remember my parents came down, and I had to ask my dad to help move my hand to my brace to grip it. They put so much anesthesia in my arm to where my dad pulled all my fingers all the way back, like it basically touched my forearm. I couldn't feel it just so
Wow.
I can move it and hold to something. So I was on pain medicine and like some type of allergy medicine so I don't get like an allergic reaction. But they also had me on Percocet. And that's why the doctor was like, only take this for so many days and then stop taking it. You get addicted to it. For
Yeah, I
some
don't
of
like
them, like,
that. Hey, I had the
yeah,
same part of it. They get to it by cutting the rotary cuff tendon and
Hmm.
slapping it up, and that's what they get to the bone because they cut out the bone, then they put the metal in and the top piece in of plastic, and then they got to sew it back. So I essentially, he told me essentially the rotary cuff is why I'm in this freaking brace. Is the
Hmm.
rotary cuff has to heal. So it's probably very similar to that, except without the bone part. But I don't recommend
Yeah.
at least 3 days in, 2 days in.
Right. No, they just had to like basically tie some stuff together. It was just the muscles were ripped was my issue. And but I
What were
remember
you
the
doing to
pictures they
cause it?
showed me.
How'd you get that?
Well, it was doing a Big 12 event. We were undoing LED walls, and someone didn't properly had the piping correctly. So when they undid it, it slid out. It hit me in the face and shoulder at the same time.
Ah.
So it was this big pipe that hit me, and I'm like, oh man, that hurts. And I'm like, wow, I really can't move my shoulder. What is going on?
Oh,
And
that really
why was it
hurt.
really hurting? Like, yeah, I could take pain. They thought because I was a bigger guy, they're like, oh no, he's just being a punk. I'm like, no, something's wrong.
Yeah, you were
Does
right.
not feel right. So yeah, that was a whole issue. I don't have to deal with them anymore. So yeah.
So you've been working in production this whole time, and you don't have to say what your job is, but you've been working in for production companies since you moved here.
At first I started off in news, but yeah, production company is what I was doing. Music festivals, corporate events, live events. So I've done
That
Big
is so
Slick.
cool.
I've
What's your
done that.
specialty in those? Like, are you the sound guy or the lighting guy or gaffer, whatever? Like, what do you do?
Oh, just video technician was the main job. So sometimes I'm either running a camera or I'm backstage running graphics board. There was one time I got to direct a show. I had to punch a show, basically press the buttons. It was a music festival, my first heavy metal music festival, Northern Invasion,
Wow.
back in 2017. They had to go fix a problem, and my friend and boss at the time was like, "Hey man, run this board." I'm like, "What?" I've run boards before for the news, but this is like in front of, hold on, this is a music festival.
Oh
This is
yeah.
live.
If you mess up there, people are going to
So
let you know.
yeah, but
Boo!
I didn't know. I'm like, I don't know what music this is, but I just listened with my ear and just like punched it, show some stuff. Like, all right, guitar solo, people celebrating, drum solo. Here's this one moment of the song, and just stuff like that. And build LED walls. I ran graphics for shows. I ran camera. I ran camera for big concerts and some famous people out there. I had some fun moments, but the part that sucks was the hours. I
Yeah.
remember doing Summer Jam in Chicago. Basically, the headliner was Lil Wayne, but it was like Fat Joe, Remy Ma, uh, Young Jeezy, Kyle, some other people.
That's some big time folks
But we
then.
basically, yeah, we had to be at the United Center. We had to be there like at 5, 6 a.m. in the morning. Had to get our points right, build the wall. We got it all done like at the last minute. It was a connection of the signal we trying to get of the wall. Show was happening, take it all down, get back to our hotel, grab our stuff, and get on a truck. So I basically worked for 24 hours, a whole
Oh
24-hour
man,
day.
that's hard to
Yeah, I don't
be
miss
on
that
top of
stuff.
your game.
Yeah, it was. I wasn't the main manager. I just had to do what I could do, help out in any way I could. But I don't miss that stuff at all.
Hmm.
They treated people terribly. This company. So, but I don't got to deal with them no more. So,
It's
yeah.
okay. What do you think makes somebody good at something?
Hmm. What makes them good at it? I guess for me, if they're having fun with it, if that makes any sense, of like if they enjoy it and love it and having fun with it, I would say that they're good at it. Because I mean, it ain't work if you're having fun. This is just basically your hobby at this point. This is your passion. That's to me, that's the definition of someone that's good at something. And if their name keeps getting brought up on
Yeah.
gigs and whatnot.
So have you had like, and I'm not knocking it if you haven't had any actor training. I went at first, I just went and talked to people on set. I listened to people. I took notes in a little notebook
Yeah.
and I learned so much from people. It was fantastic. Um, and I had someone call me before I did a scene one time and like give me so many helpful tips before I ever had an acting coach. I feel like I was learning a lot. Acting coach helps you, but before you have one, you still can learn because all it is preparing, match the emotions to the scene, work off your partner, understand your character and your goals. Like this, like basically, this is my opinion, a lot of acting classes and discussions are on how you prepare. Um, and like, have you gone through classes or have you talked to people? Like, what have you learned?
For me, I definitely learned on the way because I'm definitely a people watcher. And with my background, I already know what it's like to be behind the scenes. So that I come in with that mindset, like I know what people are dealing with, where they are mentally. So I just know how to not just get along, but like we're all working together to make this project, this product. I have taken some classes over time, like some short ones for a day or a weekend.
Yeah,
I remember taking was it Jamie Morrow class?
probably
She
so.
had a class. Huh?
Yeah, probably so. She's absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, I remember taking her class. It was like movement and body. Definitely allowed me to be more creative and be more open and to do bigger things. But most of the time, it's just learning and watching and learning for myself. Like, especially when I watch myself do auditions, and I was like, I could do better than that. That was not a good take. Or just basically evolving every time. So people watching and taking some classes, but most of my training has been me watching TV growing up. Most of
Yeah,
my training is watching Jim Carrey and Robin Williams in the '90s
they were
on TV.
hilarious.
That was
Um,
my training,
yeah.
watching comedy, sketch comedy.
What do you think motivates you to keep doing this? Because you go out, you learn stuff. Like, what? I mean, what motivates you to keep doing it?
Hmm, that's a good question. What motivates me to keep doing this? I guess just the drive. It's a challenge. I do like a challenge sometimes. Even though some of the challenges I've had have been really difficult. I just have the mindset of what if you did it and complete it? Will I be satisfied? That was my mindset of going into doing this stuff because I wouldn't be satisfied if I didn't try. I gotta at least try. I don't know if I'm gonna be good at this. I may succeed, I may fail, but I gotta at least try. And as cheesy as that sounds, that's just the type of person I am. I gotta try.
Sure.
That's what keeps me going.
How do you learn lines is the first one. My second one will be how do you put emotions into lines? But how do you learn lines?
That was also a question I asked other actors because I definitely want to learn their technique. For me, it's really just reading it over and over again. Like something very simple. Just go through it a few times, just to basically studying like I'm back in school, studying my paper, and then sometimes I will say it out loud to myself, and try to act out the scenes. When I did the Scottish play this year, Macbeth KC, I know they say don't say the name, but I'm not a theater person. But I did that stage play. I basically listened to the play while I was working out and jogging on certain days. I would listen to my earbuds just to listen to my lines and whatnot. Emotions. I definitely had to get some feedback when I'm doing the scenes because sometimes I don't know what type of emotion that character is feeling. But emotions, I try to do, if there's a previous story, if it's a play, I'll try to look into the play. But if it's something new, I basically try to act out the scene right then and there. Sometimes I have a scene partner, sometimes I don't. But getting the emotion, I try to get myself into that character's mindset, try to become that person. Not too deep to where I can't get out and lose my mind, but I try to focus on what they're feeling in this scene and how the scene is going. If it's comedy, super easy. But if it's drama, oh, I gotta take my time on that one and not just act, like actually be the character. Like I'm not just saying the words. Because there's times I struggle with that. Like I'm just saying the words, but I'm not actually being that character.
It's so funny. I've been around in Kansas City, a lot of free projects. I've been around a lot of people. It's their first time doing it. And there's a lot of them that do a character voice.
Mm,
Um, and be like, okay, like instead of talking like this, I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to be a werewolf hunter because I'm getting ready to play a werewolf hunter in March. I'm going to be a
nice.
werewolf hunter. So I'm going to approach it where it's going to sound like the way I would say things, not the way the character. What are you doing here? Like, this is the way my werewolf hunter, like, not like that. I'm going to say it the
Mm,
way I think somebody would say it in that situation. I do not have a character voice. It is me reacting the way I feel like that person would react. I don't know if that's great acting or not, but I so many times told people, uh, don't talk as your character. Just say this like you're saying it. Think about the situation, whatever. I try to coach people a little bit. My friend Marcus has done that a bunch too. I don't know if
mm.
you know Marcus McIntosh. He's done some coaching and stuff. Do you know Marcus?
I don't think I do. I may have to
Oh
see that
man,
person's face.
that's
Maybe
okay.
after
If
I
you
don't
ever
know.
see me at IFC KC, he's my wingman. Probably we've probably been together about 10 times in the last, I don't know, 5, 6 years. I've only been once without him. So if you see
Mm.
me, you'll see Marcus.
Oh, okay, okay.
Some things I like to have a wingman, not be by myself, like just because everybody's got little groups they're talking to, and I can kind of blend in with one group and the other, but not where I'm like in that group. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know if it feels like that to you.
I mean, I technically don't have groups. Like for me, I'm definitely the type to just blend in with different people. But most of the time, I'm going to the events by myself. It's just me,
Yeah.
and I'll go from there. Because I mean, I've been in Kansas City all by myself, so
Oh
might as well
yeah.
get myself out there.
Yeah. What do you think makes you stand out as a performer?
Hmm. It's gonna sound cocky, but maybe because I'm not from here, I don't know. Uh, uh, what the real answer is, I don't care about being judged. I'm just gonna be me, and I'm gonna do it the best way I think I need to do it in terms of a character or modeling. I don't care about being judged. I don't care about what other people are thinking. I'm gonna just be this character or be myself, if that makes any sense.
Yeah,
Like just
perfect
go
sense.
out and do it. That's really it. Like that's I guess that's how I stand out. I have the mindset of like I'm the first person to do this. There's no one else like me. People can imitate, but they can't execute like I can. As cocky as that sounds, but that's how I see it.
If it's the truth, it's the truth. It's the truth. It's the truth. Hey, anything that you thought we would talk about that we haven't talked about, like you thought, oh, when we do this, he's going to ask me blank. And then I failed to ask that.
Nothing came to mind, I thought you were gonna talk about like projects that are coming up. I
Tell
didn't
me
know
about
you
your
were gonna
projects coming up.
oh well there's that. But I one thing I will say is I didn't know you were gonna start digging on me and finding old YouTube videos and stuff. I'm like, man, what?
You got to watch the show. I always do that to people,
Yeah, but
but I
still,
hope it's
man.
not bad. I mean,
It's not.
okay,
Because like
okay. I don't want to make it
I was
bad. I don't want to
almost
make it a gotcha. I just think it's more interesting. You see
it
pictures
was it
from
was
2010,
it was definitely it put me in a better mood because I just got off of traffic dealing on 435. So it just like, oh dang, I gotta do this meeting. And I'm like, okay. So I wasn't even thinking about it.
That's good.
Uh projects I got coming up. Man, I got I've been asked to be an understudy for a play that's gonna be in Arkansas. I don't remember the name because they're still trying to figure out the information. I'm getting in shape. I'm already in shape, but better shape that I want to see myself as for a few projects. Tarzak, there's that one. That series. We're supposed to be
This is
shooting pilot
my
episode.
yeah, my role changed because of this. I'm the narrator now.
Oh, you're the narrator now. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's going to be something else, but can't
Hmm.
do it with my arm like this because they want to film
Oh,
in January. So what role are you in Tarzak?
I am Scar, one of the lead roles. I'm just basically this one of the main henchmen, not henchmen, but yeah, one of the henchmen. But I'm also the guy with the tranquilizer. But I can only say that there's actually more to him than just this henchman. That's all I can say for the
Okay,
director has told me. This guy actually has more secrets that people don't actually know.
awesome.
But he doesn't come off that way. But, you know, if the show works out, you'll definitely see more.
They do
I
that
have,
sometimes, start out
yeah,
mild and then you become a bigger deal. Secrets
mhm,
revealed or whatever. So,
yeah, yeah. I have another feature coming. Y2K. I remember I was doing that callback with you.
yeah.
That one, the
Are you in it?
librarian one. Yeah, I am in that one.
Yay!
Doing a small
Awesome.
role, doing a small role for that one. So we got that coming up. I got to study. Almost forgot about it.
Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you. Uh, and then the other one is really Dustin's next project, um, superhero overtime. I'm doing a character in that, and one of the characters is a news reporter. Sorry, I get my news voice ready for that one.
Awesome.
Basically, it's gonna be a lot of improving for my part. So I'm like, oh damn, I got. I'm like, how many people I'm interviewing? They're like 20 people. Well, damn. Okay,
That's
I got to
awesome though.
improv with
I
20
mean, you would be
people.
so good at that just from your experience doing that kind of stuff, being around it all those years. Um, did you work for the news in
Thank
St.
you, man.
Joe?
I did. I was a technical director, which was basically 8 jobs in one, and they paid terribly. It was a KMPN. Basically, I was punching a show. I was running the graphics, directing the anchors to when their cue was coming up, controlling the cameras because they were robotic,
Wow.
moving those around, running the show and recording it, and running commercials.
There's a lot of errors could be made, one person doing all that. A,
Oh yeah, it's
a
the error
lot. I
is so
mean,
high.
you got one person like doing eight people's jobs. It's like you're going to miss the cue. You're going to miss I mean, it's like that's a setup. I agree with you. That's
Yeah, it was I had to be so focused every time. It got to the point where I'm just so relaxed, like, oh man, oh I got the wrong show. There was it was a 1 minute until we started, and I had the wrong show loaded up. I started laughing to myself. The producer was nervous. I'm like, oh wait, that's a show from last week. Let me switch this real
wow.
quick. 30 seconds left about the show to start. Like, oh, we got it. Here we go.
That's
So
cool.
yeah,
Hey, what have
so
you
yeah,
done that you're like most proud of so far?
oh, just overall.
Yeah, overall, like if you were going to say, "Hey, watch this," or "Hey, look at this," what would it be?
Most proud of, man. Oh man, that changes a lot. Because I have new stuff that I'm working on, modeling wise too. Most proud of for me, dang, that's hard. That's a good question, dude. Because I just like to keep going and just add to the list to
Mhm.
outdo myself every time. I say I'm most proud of my uh, model video. I have this model video on my Instagram, YouTube as well, and Facebook. Basically, I was trying to do it before the People's Choice Awards, but basically, it was a video of me showcasing myself to this song. It's like a remix version of the song Backstreet Boys, but it's Charlie Wilson singing in my original. Yeah, yeah. Like I could basically this videographer, photographer named Six, the director, great guy. This mashup in me coming into this room with different outfits on. You see multiple versions of myself in one room. That was my proudest moment that it succeeded. The plan worked out the way I imagined. I did a little different, but it was executed because I was actually in my notebook of goals, things that I want to do. And I loved the video. It was straight up heat. It showed me basically you cannot put Dominique Evans in any box. You can't typecast me in any type of way. I'm very original and I could do a lot of things. And that's
You're
just me.
You're smart, you're creative, and you're confident. And like that's a really outstanding combination. You're going to do
Thank you.
something bigger someday. I can sense it.
I
You're not the
appreciate
first
that.
person. I've had several on the show that I feel like, wow, this person has that it factor. You know, you're one of them. The fact you would
Thank you,
dress
man.
up
That means
like
a
Cupid, man, open shirt Cupid, like, oh my goodness, like that just takes such self-confidence, such ease, such I'm gonna do whatever the hell I want. I loved it. Actually, I just tell you, I thought that was so cool.
lot. That was Don Hagen's idea, actually. She's a fantastic photographer, and she's up for the running for best photographer in Kansas City. I think her award show is tomorrow, Friday, January. Is it January 16th? I believe
Yeah,
so.
yeah, January 15th today. Well, any
Yeah.
words of wisdom as we part ways here?
Uh, I did say it earlier. I repeat it again in terms of being confident. That's not something you could just be born with. You have to put it into yourself. I mean, I understand with modeling and acting, it can be a bit nerve-wracking when you don't get chosen or don't get picked for something because some days I don't feel as confident when things don't go as I plan. But I feel better about myself if I don't at least try. Like, even if it seems like, dang, I don't know if I'm going to get this, I got to try. So I'll say it again. If you knew you couldn't fail, how far would you go? Because you can shoot for the stars. You miss, you're still among the stars. So why not? That's how I see it. Why not? Why not you? Why not me? Who's going to stop me?
I
So
like
yeah,
it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Beautiful way to end.
thank you, man. Appreciate it, man. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you, KC Stars Podcast. I'm around great, great, talented people. So it means a lot hearing words of wisdom from you.
Thank you. I truly appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm. For sure.